What's going on YouTube? This is your man DJ the Wealth Investor, and I just want to do a video to go through the dividend stock portfolio that I'm creating to true passive income. Easiest way to create true passive income is through creating a dividend producing stock portfolio. All right, y'all. So with this spreadsheet that I created to be able to track my progress and also go over the stocks that I will be invested in this stock portfolio as well as my strategy. All right, let's get right into it. These are the stocks that I'll be purchasing. If you can see that, let me see if I can make my screen a little bit bigger. These are the stocks that I'll be purchasing right here in order. I have Broadcom as my number one stock and Kroger as my number two. Now, I'm picking these stocks based off of three main things. The three main things would be the 5-year dividend growth percentage. You can see Broadcom, they paid on average for the last 5 years 14.5%, which is crucial. Kroger, not far behind them at 12%. The first thing I like to look at when picking my stocks would be, what is the 5-year dividend growth percentage on average, right? The thing would be like the sector, making sure that I'm in different sectors. This just means that I'm in different buckets, as you can say. I got some technology, which is always one of my favorites. And then I also got like consumer as well as diversified ETFs, which is the Schwab one, which is good. Picking the 5-year dividend growth percentage is going to be huge. And then the sector. Then the last thing I really focus on is going to be the dividend streak years. So that means how often have these stocks been paying out their investors annually or consistently over this amount of years. And as you can see, my number one pick, which is Broadcom, they've been paying out dividends for the last 14 years, Kroger the last 18 years, then Microsoft the last 20 years. You got what they call a dividend aristocrat. So a dividend aristocrat is a stock company that has been paying out stocks consistently more than 25 years. We got a few of those in here. We have Aflac, which is a financial services. You already know Aflac, right? A goose or whatever the case is for insurance. And then you got Royalty Income Corporation. So that's a REIT. Then you got ExxonMobil. That's going to be another one. Energy. That's all gas. And they've been paying out the longest, 44 years, based off of the stocks that I picked in my portfolio. Those are the stocks that I'm interested in based off of a dividend year growth percentage, the sector, and the dividend strike years, right? Another thing to consider is very important will be the current annual dividend per share. This actually might be the most important. You want to make sure that you're picking stocks that have a good annual dividend per share. Broadcom, which is my number one, they're paying out $21 per share. Well, my goal of trying to grow my dividend stock portfolio at $10,000 a month in passive income. We got a long way to go to get there, but we're going to do it. We want to pick the right stocks for that and the ones that are growing consistently as well as they have a good annual dividend percentage. This is my spreadsheet that I created. This is my tracker, and it has a lot of good information in here. As you can see, I also have like my key metrics down here, what we just talked about. So what the 5-year dividend growth rate is, the payout ratio, dividend streak, all of the things. And I'm making this available too. If you want it, just let me know. This is how you use it. First thing you want to do is you want to enter in the stock. This is the stock that I'm mainly focusing on, which is Broadcom, stock symbol AVGO. And what I do is I buy that. I enter the amount of shares that I'm purchasing as well as the stock price and the commissions. Everything that's in yellow, I enter in, and it does all the work for me outside of that. Once that's in there for the log, the next thing I need to do is just put it in the symbol in the stock price. It's automatically going to put all of the information for the tracker in there. It does all the work for me. It automatically will calculate everything that I need. And this is important because that way I can see what my total investment is for all of the stocks that I'll be purchasing. Most companies, they won't allow you to even do fractional shares. But Fidelity is a good company that does. I don't have to buy a full share of the stock. I can buy whatever my dollar amount is that I'm investing monthly. These are the stocks that I'm investing in based off of these specific key indicators. And I just throw in here my dollar amount that I'll be purchasing. Let's just say if I was to do $500 a month, it'll automatically spit out what my percentage is. Now, this is catered to what my percentages are for how I want to invest. I want almost like the majority of the funds to go directly into my first stock. And then the percentages just break down outside of that. This is the only stock right here that's outside of that 90% because I want 10% to go to REITs. Now, I like REITs because they are one of the few, if not the only, that pay out monthly. All the others pretty much do quarterly. these are the stocks that I'll be picking at. And in the next video, I will go through purchasing these stocks with Fidelity step by step. That way you can do it too. But for now, you want to set up your tracker and get organized. If you want this document, let me know and I'll send it your way. All right, y'all. Peace.